So what did you think when, wait, are we rolling?
Yeah, as long as you see a red light on yours.
Okay.
I see a red light on yours. Yeah.
So what did you think when when I approached you and asked you if you wanted to go film on an oil rig? I mean, did it feel entirely real when you first got there? Like, did it feel like a movie set?
Well, it being a place I never thought I was going to ever step foot, it did feel a little unreal. I mean, stepping off that helicopter when it first came in and landed on that tiny little deck, I felt like I was in a dream almost. It was like I felt a little bit like an astronaut setting down my feet on the surface of a planet that I never thought I would set foot on. It was cold and it was windy and there was water ripping by 100 feet below you. And you knew if you tripped and fell over the edge, you'd be gone. There would be no possibility of rescue.
Did you feel at all conflicted about being part of a project that was connected to the fossil fuel industry?
I felt a little bit of conflict about it because ultimately, I personally think that it's important for all of us to take the steps that we can to reduce our dependency on fossil fuels. The more that we just keep burning fossil fuels and say, let another generation worry about it, the more that we'll be remembered as a generation of people who created a kind of atrocity and passed it down to them to deal with. We all need energy. We all have a lot of energy needs. Our whole society has energy needs. The whole globe needs energy. So I think it's important to move from where we are to where we want to be in the future. Along the way, we have to have natural gas, and natural gas is part of the early phase of the solution. Right now, in the United States, we're burning more and more natural gas and less dirty coal, and that's a good thing. So natural gas is a step in the right direction. It's not the end. Part of what motivates me as a cinematographer is the opportunity to document things as they are. When I was a journalist, I very often covered things that I had very strong disagreements with. For example, I covered the right-wing militia movement and hate groups in North Idaho and Montana and Eastern Washington for a number of years. There were times where it was very hard for me to photograph some of the things that I photographed without speaking up, I guess, and yet it really wasn't appropriate for me as a journalist to do that other than to point my camera at that and take pictures and document what I was seeing to share it with other people, because I do believe that information is a powerful thing. Information is a powerful thing, and when we can share what we see with the world, then people can make up their own minds. In some ways, I felt like being there on that platform was an opportunity to see history, and hopefully a history that future generations will remember in the rearview mirror, and they'll be living in a world where the sources of energy don't have to be ones that are pulled potentially very dangerously out of the Earth's crust and pumped through a pristine environment that any kind of spill would damage and catastrophically impact for years.